Hey guys, Christian for Paradise Sound. So the question is, should you buy a UAD Apollo interface? Um, you have some choices there. You have an Apollo Twin, you have X6, the X8 series. So spoiler alert, hell yes, you should. Okay, and let me explain why. Now, it does depend, of course, on what you want to do, on what you're doing. Uh, but if you want to get into full-blown audio recording, like recording external instruments, recording vocals, uh, recording anything really. But if you're just doing like EDM and you're going to be working only inside your computer, you're not going to have anything coming from outside, then, you know, maybe maybe you don't need an Apollo interface, because really the cool thing about the Apollo interface is it's like having a full-blown studio in a tiny package. Uh, so that's what's cool about the whole UAD ecosystem and the UAD plugins. Okay, so yes, there are native plugins, meaning non-DSP native plugins that you can run, like Waves, which are great, by the way, and I use Waves too. I use it. I use Waves. I use lots of other non-DSP plugins in conjunction with the UAD plugins. But the thing that is amazing about the UAD plugins and the UAD ecosystem is that you can record in real time. So with like almost no latency, you can record in real time. You can have like a whole vocal chain on some vocals, and you can record that vocal chain in real time, so you can hear the effects while you're singing it in real time, as if you're using actual hardware, which would normally cost you, for the outboard gear. If you got a big vocal chain, you're talking thousands, tens of thousands of dollars just for all that outboard gear to be able to sing in real time and hear those effects in real time. That's the cool thing about hardware. And that's what the whole UAD system is trying to, emulate, is hardware. So you can load up all these big, high DSP or high CPU vocal chains or whatever, guitar, drums, whatever instrument you're recording. You can have these big plug-in chains, and you can record them and listen to them in real time, right? That is the cool thing. Now, in the past, even though you could do that, you can do that within the UAD console. Okay, so if you buy an Apollo interface, it comes with a console program, and what the console is basically is emulating an actual mixing console, like a mixing desk. It's like a virtual mixing desk. Okay, so you can listen to stuff in real time, but just like a real mixing desk, you can't record directly into the mixing console, right? You can just monitor through it, but you have to go through the console. You can monitor all your effects in real time, just like a real console. And then you have to record to something. Back in the day, you would be recording to analog tape or to ADAT, or nowadays you can still use one of those big console boards and record to Pro Tools, or go out from the console into your computer. But so the whole concept of the Apollo interfaces and the console is that you can monitor in real time and then record to a DAW inside your computer, right? In the past, the integration between UAD console and all the different DAWs like Pro Tools and Ableton or Logic, whatever you're using, recording into the DAW from the console while recording in real time, it's not really a perfect process, or it hasn't been in the past. But now, since UAD has released their own DAW, which they're not calling a DAW, they were calling it a recording system. It's called Luna. Now that they've released that, and it is a DAW, by the way, it's just also, it has tight integration with their hardware, and you can't use it without their hardware. But the cool thing is now you can monitor everything in real time and record in real time. So now, basically what you have is a full-blown recording studio, like a high-end recording studio, in these little recording interfaces. So if you have a UAD Apollo interface plus your computer, plus you get Luna for free when you buy interfaces, you can make full-blown albums that sound like they were recorded at Capitol Records or some big commercial studio, because you have all of the UAD plugins that you can use that are super great, and you can record in real time with those, you can mix in real time with those, you can master in real time with those. So if you really want to get into producing, recording, mixing and mastering, if that's your goal, then you should definitely get an Apollo interface, and you should definitely learn how to use Luna, the new DAW by UAD. These tools in combination are super powerful now. You can make a whole album in your living room with these tools. So, like I said, hell yes, you should get an Apollo interface. They're amazing. I have two of them. I have the Apollo Twin and the X6, and one of these days I'm gonna get an X8 to add to it. That's the other cool thing, is they're modular. So you could start out with a small system like the Apollo Twin, and then you can upgrade, or you can add on to that and get the X6, and then you can add on to that and you can get an X8. You can get a UAD satellite to give you more DSP power. DSP, basically, by the way, is just it's kind of like the CPUs. When they say DSP, digital signal processing, so it's basically the CPU power inside of these Apollo interfaces. So the more DSP you have, the more power you have, the more interfaces that you chain together, the more plugins you can load in a single session, right? And the cool thing is all of that DSP is offset to your Apollo interfaces. So you don't have to tax your local CPU, your native CPU on your computer. You can leave your native CPU open to do other things like managing the session and managing your DAW or stuff like that, or running third-party plugins alongside UAD plugins. So in my opinion, you actually end up getting more power. So if you just buy a regular audio interface like a Focusrite, which sound great, which I used to have, if you just buy one of those, you're not adding any power to your system. But if you're buying a UAD Apollo interface, you're actually adding power to your whole recording system. Every new interface you buy, you're getting more power, more ability to load you're getting more capacity to load effects into your DAW sessions, into Luna, if you're using that, which you should be. If you buy an Apollo interface, or if you own an Apollo interface, you should definitely be using Luna, because it has the tightest integration with the UAD hardware. Okay, so that is my rationale for going the UAD ecosystem route. I've tried a lot of different things in the past, and it's like once you go UAD, it's hard to go back, because the plugins are amazing. Everything sounds amazing. The new Luna recording system is freaking off the hook amazing. So yeah, I highly recommend it. If you're just getting into producing, or you're already a producer, if you're already a producer using Pro Tools, I recommend you pick up, start small. You get an Apollo Twin, check it out, start using Luna. Take my class. I now have a new class called Luna Complete. Take my class, learn how to use your interface in conjunction with Luna, and turn your whatever you got, your bedroom, your project studio, your commercial, turn it into a full professional recording system, a full professional recording studio, wherever you are. You can use these devices anywhere. So yeah, that's my rationale. So hopefully you pick one up, or hopefully you're already using one, and check out my Luna class. There's a link below. I'm giving a discount to my class right now, 90% off. Check it out down at the link below, and like and subscribe. I got a lot more content coming soon. So hope you guys have a great Saturday. Aloha.